If one day you wake up, you find yourself reincarnated 300 years ago, you a spirit of high respect and dignity, now become a high school boy with a crippled leg, what will it be? And that is how the story begins. With Bali Wenjiao, but reincarnating to the past will not always bring bad things with bad experience from the past. Bali Wenjiao wants to take this chance and become top of the world once again. He with the will not afraid of hardships wants to start from the beginning to brighten up his dark miserable past. On the journey to start conquering the world, Bali still has to go through many pitfalls and hardships. Trials and dangers are waiting for him ahead. Let's start the first chapters with our main Bali Wenjiao on a new page of his life called Fairy King Reborn. The scene of a school gradually appeared in the dim light of the eerie atmosphere. The flow of time and space seems to be a bit chaotic, all are intertwined to create an indeterminate flow that makes Bali Wenjiao wake up. He suddenly shouted Yi Jingyang's name in front of the teachers and classmates, making everyone surprised. The teacher was angry and demanded Bali Wenjiao sit down. His classmates whispered and laughed mockingly at Bali Wenjiao. They guessed that it seemed a ghost possessed him. Bali Wenjiao's explosive action turned himself into a joke for the whole class. He sat down wondering why he was at his old school. In his past life, wondered if he wasn't already killed, and was shocked, realizing that he has returned to the age of 18. Back in the past, he was Bali Wenjiao, who was 18 years old, who failed the university entrance exam. 7 years later his parents were killed by enemy, and he was also forced to commit suicide, but then he accidentally entered the Nine Heavens continent. Step on the path of immortality, inheriting the position of Patriarch U2 Palace, becoming a worldly spirit. But on the second day of inheriting the title of Patriarch of U2 Palace, Bali Wenjiao was beaten and killed by his fiancée, Yi Jingyang. He didn't expect that. After he dies, he can return to 300 years ago when he was on Earth. But that doesn't seem to be a problem for Bali Wenjiao, because after all he's been through, he wants to do it all again in this life. Want to cultivate each realm until the most perfect. Bali still has a new ideal, which is to oppose heaven and change the destiny. Rely on heaven and earth. The flow of time changes the cycle, but changes his own destiny. The alarm to leave suddenly rang. Notice to everyone that it was the end of study time. Bali Wenjiao left the classroom with her disabled legs. Behind him, the whispers of his classmates about his own legs did not stop. The car accident in the past changed everything. That was the source of the whispers about Bali Wenjiao himself. But now everything has changed. Bali Wenjiao smiled lightly. He feels like he only needs one day to recover his body, because this is his second life. Suddenly, a pair of long slender legs stood in front of Bali Wenjiao. She is Lam Miao Miao. His ex-girlfriend at that time chose to dump him right after the accident happened. She is now constantly mocking Bok Lai Van Tu. She thinks he is no longer as good as he used to be. Lam Miao Miao chased away Bok Lai Van Tu like he was just a dirty animal. Bok Lai Van Tu recognized her right away. With an expressionless face, wants her to quickly get out of the way. He secretly thinks that if his girlfriends are only with him when they are rich and don't need each other in difficult times like this, then he won't need her anymore. After Lam Miao Miao heard him say that, her face turned purple because of the anger. She shouted in front of Bailey Yunxiao and demanded he not follow her from now on. Don't tell anyone she's his girlfriend anymore. Bali Wenjiao still sped without the slightest care. Hurriedly went straight to Lam Dudu, extremely angry and constantly cursing behind his back. All was witnessed by a strange man. He quickly approached Lam Miao Miao. Wanted her to go see his boss. That person will help her teach Bali Wenjiao. Lam Miao Miao was very surprised. She didn't know who is this man's boss that he talking about was. He smiled softly, said that person was Yi Ling. He told Lam Miao Miao that as long as she was willing to get in the car with Yi Ling, he will help you break Bali Wenjiao's other leg. Lam Miao Miao thought for a moment. She felt before the accident happened. Being with Bali Wenjiao was also very happy. She has a little pity for Bali Wenjiao. She quickly turned around, refused the man's offer. He quickly approached the car and informed Yi Ling. He is now holding a beautiful young girl in his arms, sipping a glass of wine, secretly guessing that Lam Miao Miao almost realized his revenge plan on Bali Wenjiao. Faint smile. Yi Ling is holding a grudge against Bali Wenjiao because he caused him to lose his legs. Yi Ling let out a sinister laugh. Planning when he goes to college, will force all those who have harmed themselves into the most desperate path. Bali Wenjiao reminisced about the past. His father came along from another place to Hai Tian City to work. Opened a big shipping company that became rich. But last year, the driver of one of his delivery vans caused the accident. The car stabbed Ling, made him disabled. Then there was a series of incidents happened in his family. Bali Wenjiao himself also had an accident. In the end, they had to sell the whole transportation company. About his accident, his father knew early on that it was because of the Yi family's revenge. But they were so powerful that my family couldn't resist. Think of painful things in the past. Bali Wenjiao covered his face. Thought to quickly make the body healthy again. Strengthening the new cultivation can eliminate the dangers later. Strangled them while they were in their cribs. Bali Wenjiao closed his eyes gently. Prepare for the period of recovery of the body. Bali Wenjiao's body quickly changed. Auras quickly appeared around the body. Bali Wenjiao thought he must quickly cultivate 100 points of light. Become a new spiritual practitioner who can completely cure his own injuries. If this world also has aura too, then with Bali Wenjiao's previous level of spirituality, this doesn't seem to be that difficult. After a period of silence, Bali Wenjiao finally succeeded. But the speed is still too slow. He sat with his back against the wall, dejectedly thinking that the former self was originally the palace lord Nok Tu Kung. The Nine Jiao spiritual religion will be like this someday? Bali Wenjiao's school is now full of people around. He quietly entered the school, was suddenly blocked by Li Minghao. Sarcasm at him. Bali Wenjiao recognized him immediately. Has always pursued Lam Miao Miao. Is also Deep Langzi Ling henchman. Li Minghao sprayed cigarette smoke in Bali Wenjiao's face. He wants him to come and see Jin Can quickly. Bali Wenjiao followed his direction and looked over. Extremely worried mixed with a little bit of anger when he immediately recognized this Jin Can. In a previous life, he was the one who broke one of his leg, causing him not to arrive in time for the college entrance exam. His parents were also severely beaten by him. He thought to himself if he wasn't mistaken Jin Can is a martial artist. Seems to have reached the state of Jin.